Hello folks and welcome back to Basic Brush. This is an unboxing of perhaps the first set of miniatures you will need or want perhaps if you pick up the Elder Scrolls A Call to Arms game. It's the plastic Bleak Falls Barrow set. It comes in two forms. It comes in a hard plastic, which this is, and it comes in a resin set. It's just a standard. Quite a light box, still shrinked as you can see. Contents are a female Dragonborn, a Draugr Overlord, 3 basic Draugr, and then 3 Skellies with bows. I like these skeletons. They're one of my favourite enemies in the game. I just think they're a bit of fun. They harken back to the old Sinbad films where he's got the stop motion, the ones I'm talking about, the really, really old classic ones. They fight the giant Cyclops and then they go into the cavern and they come out and they fight Skellies. But I'm rambling slightly. So, let's take a quick look at what's inside it. Inside you will find the Dragonborn. I believe it is the female Dragonborn. They had a male Dragonborn for their limited edition Kickstart, or not Kickstart, release, pre-order, which was a nice touch. It's always nice to see, because in Skyrim you can play as male or female. It has no bearing on the actual game, other than the NPC interactions. But, no, there's the perk where you can kill extra damage to the opposite sex, and then you get the 8 plastic bases as well. So, let's open this up and see what's inside, see what's ahead of us today. I'm liking these miniatures, but I've never seen a Modiphius hard plastic kit, so we'll see what that's like, if it's hard plastic as in the GW hard plastic, or if it's hard plastic like Res Tech. But no, it feels like, oh, that is quite a, so nothing else in it. So initially, contents, a sprue layout and assembly guide. They are a lot more parts than I thought they would be. I'm not complaining. I do enjoy building, it's one of my favourite parts. Yeah, these will be nice and fun to build. Not many options available, I think they're all just monopose parts. Not that I'm complaining. 8 plastic 32mm bases. Unlike the characters that come with the scenic bases, these will need a bit of extra stuff added to them. I don't mind, it means I can do them. I don't even know where I'll do these from. Probably just a standard burrow or dungeon. We'll see what happens. And on to the goodies. So it's a sprue and a quarter size kit. You have some really nice detail. I don't see much flash at the top of me, but it's split into 2 parts. So you have your enemies down here, and you have your Dragonborn here. I am going to snip this off so I can get a better look at it on its own. This is the plastic is very War Games Atlantic-y, and it's round sprues, which generally, if my information is correct, means it's moulded out in Poland. I did remember hearing that once, but it could also be China. It's probably going to be China, but Poland is another opportunity. There's the shield. I don't know what shield that's meant to be off the top of my head. Maybe someone in the comments will be able to tell me. But nice detail back and forth. Scabbard as well, along with the steel sword and the classic ancient Nord helm. It's got the leather armor, or the leather armor set, so I should say. And that is an interesting change. Let me just find something to point it out with. So you see this here, you don't normally see that, the shield strapping. You just get this bit in their hand, But I think that's a nice wee touch. It adds a nice bit of realism. Yeah, that looks nice. It looks like it'll all clean up easy. Um, Not much different than the resin kits that I've seen. There's all the dimples, so there's quite a good bit of detailing in it. Now onto the Draugr, and it is a mix of weapons. So there's not really any. There doesn't appear to be any way they're separated. They just seem to have numbered them, and all these numbers line up with the manuals. So it does look like they've got a good bit in the sprue. Or what I'd like to have seen with maybe a few more options. But I can understand why, if they're going to do more hard plastic kits, they're just trying to get it done. Some nice detail, even the curving of the spine there. The trappings on the bow. The detail, the shout. The Overlord does have a shout in the game, and he's a pain in the back end. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to stop this and go and build a couple of these, and I'll see you shortly. And we're back. So I've put together a single of the skeletons. This is one of the archer skeletons. He came in 6 pieces. I haven't attached the quiver yet because I'll keep it off, paint it separately. As you can see, he's quite a big boy. He sits around, let's see if I can get a better shot. As you can see, he sits around 35 mil. 32 maybe to the eye, but he is quite a tall guy. Hate to have seen him with flesh on him. All together went quite easily. I was a bit worried that it was more ABS-like plastic, but I used my trusty Humbrol poly cement. Went together without a hitch. I was worried I might need to break out the super glue, but no super glue required. Personal mileage may vary. I do have a handful of different minis here to show you the size comparison. Then I'll get one of the resin Modiphius minis as well, just to show you what it's like compared to that. So first up we have a Games Workshop halfling, and this scale, he truly is a halfling. You can see he barely comes up to his waist. So, may fit that scale. If you want to run true scale halflings, yeah, I could see that happening. He is a bit big. I think he's a bit out of scale personally. I think they've taken a regular sized human with all the anatomical muscle and flesh and just said, nope, we're having bones there instead. I do think they should be a bit smaller, but I'm not going to complain because it'll help paint it. We have here a Reaper mini. I don't remember which one this is. It's one of the vampire ladies. And as you can see, she fits in. She's true scale 28 as well, maybe slightly version into heroic. He fits in okay with her. He would fit in. He'd fit in perhaps as a bodyguard or as a larger sort of zombie, or if she's not even meant to be an overly tall vampire. I can see that happening. Now, where I think these will fit in, if you're playing really well, is at 35 mil scale. So let me just adjust this, and I will get down lower. And we're back. So we have here a headless Parabellum Conquest mage. I think I can't remember what faction they're for. I don't have much conquest. I have two characters that I thought, oh, they look fun to paint, and I've assembled one of them and got no further. I think it's the Chapter Mage. 100 Kingdoms maybe, or 1,000 Kingdoms, whatever that faction is called. So these Parabellum minis are 35mm scale miniatures, so they are larger. In fact, they're probably the biggest wargaming scale that I've seen, other than perhaps 54 or 40, but certainly the biggest, most common scale I've seen or read online. As you can see, I think it works well in that. It's maybe not quite big enough, but you can't win them all. So a bit of crossover. I'm just going to go and get one of the resin minis from the Imperial expansion I unboxed. If you haven't seen that video, I would advise you check it out. Some really nice minis in that set, and you can pick it up reasonably cheap too. And I will be right back. So here we have an Imperial Commander mini from the resin box. Alongside the Skelly. See if I can get these in focus. Like I was saying, the Skellies are still a big boy. Suppose you want them to be intimidating. Do I believe that if you added muscle and sinew and bone, or muscle and sinew is where they got the bone, over this guy, you get somebody this height? I think no. I think you get somebody slightly bigger. But same line of miniatures. I'm not going to really complain. You want your opponents to be an intimidating threat, not some tiny manlet compared to your main characters. But I want them to be this much of a threat? No, I don't think they fit well. So overall, my thoughts on the Cold Arms box. I will be building these up. I'll enjoy building them. I may even pick up more of the Draugr sets. There's another Draugr expansion set. I would like more Skellies, but I can make do with some of the Wargames Atlantic. I may grab together some of my collection of skeletons and just do a quick comparison video sometime, just for size, even a few comparison shots. I think it's always useful, especially when you go looking for something new, or you want to see if something will fit into your range that you have. Once again, thanks for checking this out. This is Basic Brush, signing off.